sounds. Social media photo seekers are killing special places. That is according to a caver who hauled piles of rubbish out of a 19th century mine. That cave, that was part of the Gwywerin Slate mine in North Wales, became a dumping ground for old cars and televisions after its closure in the 1970s and has since been dubbed as the Car Cave. A YouTube video of the old quarry has had more than 6 million views, bringing an influx of visitors, and dozens of photos have appeared on Instagram. But those coming to catch a glimpse of the cave also leave behind large amounts of rubbish and graffiti. Volunteers are now working hard to clear up the mess left from members of the public, with many of the cavers saying that these social media photo seekers are destroying special places that should be left untouched. Is there somewhere near you that you think has been spoiled by people flocking there to get a perfect shot for Instagram? Get in touch, 88291. Send us a WhatsApp, 08000 288 291, or email vine@bbc.co.uk with your phone number, as always. Gareth Jones is a caver from the YouTube channel Abandoned and Forgotten Wales and is one of those volunteers cleaning up the site. Good afternoon, Gareth.
Good afternoon.
It's a sight to behold, isn't it? It's extraordinary to look at. For our listeners, can you just paint a picture of this legendary car cave?
Basically, when you go inside, you walk in through the main portal into a tunnel. Then you come into an open cavern, and then you've got to climb down into another cavern, and then you walk into a flooded cavern where sometimes if you catch the daylight coming in at the right time of the day, it shines over the old cars and lights up the lagoon like in turquoise colour, which is quite spectacular to see.
I bet. I mean, if you have to, it sounds like quite a a mission to get into that bit that you're talking about. How on earth did all those cars end up there?
Well, from what I'm aware of, back at that time when the cars ended up in, you had to pay for scrapping vehicles, and from what I can gather, a lot of people back in them days found a hole and just dumped their rubbish in the holes, and we come across a lot of mines that we document, and a lot of these shafts and caverns have been filled in.
And as you describe it, with that light gleaming in, it does look weirdly attractive and quite stunning.
Yeah, that's what attracts the YouTube influencers and photographers to come there. It's just to get that perfect shot. But at the end of the day, it's part of Wales' mining heritage, quarrying heritage. And the message which we try to get out to the people that come there and visit is to respect the history, the artefacts that are left there, and the men or the miners that worked there and died in these places.
Yeah. And this cave, that's been used as a dumping ground, has been there for decades. So why the explosion in popularity and people rushing to see it now?
Well, it started with the influencers on YouTube, and some big influencers on YouTube, urbex exploring, and once they put the videos on YouTube, like you said earlier, 6 million views, and there's a lot of them urban explorers have done that, and it's just snowballed.
And do you think that people like that are destroying the cave?
My personal view is they just go there for that perfect shot. They're not like we call ourselves mine explorers, because we only explore abandoned mines, and they don't respect the history, the heritage, or what happened there when they were working.
Yeah, and do they leave a mess? How are they sort of disrespecting it?
Well, what happens is that they come in ill-prepared, and they basically use bin bags to try and keep their feet dry, and then they discard them on the floor everywhere. They bring in dinghies to try and go out on the lagoon to get that perfect shot of the cars. And then they just leave their dinghies and rubbish and human waste and everything left behind.
Yeah. And what would you say to, I mean, to people who say, well, look, it's a good thing that these historic sites are getting lots of attraction and attention. I mean, I hadn't heard about it until today.
What I want to point out to your listeners is these places are dangerous. No, they have many visible dangers like the massive drops, but they also have the hidden dangers. You know, when we go out exploring mines, we always go out with all our safety gear. We do all the, we let our families know where we go in, what time we expect to go inside the workings and underground, and what time we come out. But the most important thing is we use the proper safety equipment. And a lot of these people who go there haven't got a clue on what is entailed in actually getting to that part where the cars are.
Yeah, so it's much more about respecting the space. It's about safety as well. Gareth, thank you very much. Gareth Jones, a caver from the YouTube channel Abandoned and Forgotten Wales. Have you been inside the legendary car cave?
Lies a tale of old, in the somber array, abandoned and forgotten, a land so still, where Gareth dwells by the mine shaft's chill.